video. Um, yep, store closed. Last day was yesterday. We're in the process now of packing everything up and dealing with all of that, moving things and all of that. But a few people actually stopped by today because we had the doors open. And yeah, we had a few customers in today as well, but we officially closed as of yesterday. Anyway, I just wanted to thank everybody who, showed us love and support throughout the entire process. Unfortunately, there are not very many of you, but to ones of you that did come out and show us love. And we met some amazing people in the community. It's been a pleasure truly meeting each and every one of you. You've brought so many cool stories and ideas and, just everything, all good energy to the table. And it was really nice. It was a really good honor to meet so many of you. Um, there were so many things that, in just a year that we were open that, kind of happened in there that were so interesting and cool. But, it's okay. And those of you that tried to help me say that by donating to the channel, to me, to the store, thank you so much. And we really appreciate you guys. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to save it. It was, I made it through a lot of shit. I was under heavy demonic attack and I made it through a lot of shit. And it was the setup is when I went, you know what I mean? I just, I couldn't, the bouts of paralyzing anxiety were bad. It was getting too bad for me to handle. And, I just lost it, guys. I couldn't manage it by myself. I did not do a good job, um, just because of all the crap that I've been through. But, um, you know, it was a big learning lesson. I learned, I mean, I am literally an emperor now. I think I've embodied the entire masculine, divine masculine energy. I really have. Like I'm very proud of myself for my strength. I've been very strong. I've stood up to the bad guys. I've, dealt with business people. I've dealt with, the city. I've dealt with, all kinds of shish, lawyers, people trying to sue me for crap. Like, yeah, it's been a crazy time, guys. It'd be a year and a half into this project that we're shutting it down. But um, anyway, again, I just wanted to thank everybody, that tried to, help us out and that showed us love and support. The Etsy shop is still suspended, guys. Like I said, I'm in the heavy spiritual warfare. Heavy. Okay. I do not know why my Etsy shop is suspended. Okay. I have no idea. I can't find out. And it's just suspended. So I have no income, no money, no way of living. I've got to figure something out, and I will. Um, but yeah. So it's a rough time right now. Anyway, I appreciate everybody that was kind and everybody that, we were able to meet through the process and all the cool, you know, little stories and adventures that we have from the store. Amy does too, guys. There is one thing I will say about all of this. Even though this was a risk, and I thought you guys, I was so prepared for this. I was so prepared. I had way more than enough saved to cover any unexpected expense. I did not expect to be attacked by the devil. I truly didn't. I had no. I mean, this came out of like left field for me. I guess I don't know if I was just asleep or what, but yeah, I mean, it was just attack after attack after attack after attack. It was nonstop. Every single person I met had bad intentions toward me. Every single person that I met, um, and it became overwhelming. The setup was the turning point. That's when I really started to you know, sink down a little bit just because it was like I had played it so strong. I'd cut off people. I'd put up really strong boundaries. I was very, very strong. I wouldn't let people talk to me like shit or treat me like shit. And that was part of like my growth and ascension and stuff. But then, that they had to like show me like, ha ha ha, you can't cut us off. You know what I mean? Um, Whoever it was, and it was a power move. You know what I mean? It was a power move. I get it. But yeah, some dirty shit. You know. So anyway, that's when I kind of lost my footing. Ran into a few characters along the way that used me and manipulated me at like the lowest points of my life, and that kind of threw me for a loop a little bit too. I should not have been even associating with anybody at this point in my life, because when you're at your lowest is when all the cockroaches come out, all the predators. But I had a couple people hanging around that also had it out for me. You know, they came in like they were on my team, but then they were definitely not on my team. They were very, very rude and cruel to me, but it is what it is. Um, all right. Anyway, again, I just wanted to say thank you. I'm working on getting, my footing. I'm just in complete survival mode at the moment. So it's difficult. It's difficult. I'm going to be fine. I've been through worse than this, but yeah, so I apologize for, lack of perfectly edited, pretty programming at the moment. It's not that I ever did that, but it's kind of all over the place, and it's because my life is all over the place. Yeah, it's definitely the lowest part of my life ever. But I know that God has a plan, and I have full faith in God. Like I said, I had offers and opportunities along the way that I declined because it was not of the light. And I know that God has my back because I have His. I've stayed in the light throughout this entire process. I didn't do one dirty business deal, nothing without integrity. Everything I did was with integrity, every single thing. And so, you know, I'm proud of being able to do that in this modern world, because the business world, especially in Florida, my friends, is not pretty. It's not cut out for people with integrity. You know what I mean? You really have to be a hard ass, you know what I mean, to have a business in this state, because people are competing with you that you have no idea what the hell they would be competing with you for, but they are. I had that problem, like people wanted to like compete with me and try to take me down, and they had nothing to do with what I was doing at all, period. Like it was two completely different types of businesses. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you attacking my business? This is why I felt bad for Joe Exotic, because it was Carol that like attacked his business first. And I saw that, I felt that. I was like, I know exactly how that feels to have people just try to tear you down because they're jealous of you. You know what I mean? No other purpose, just jealousy, straight up. But that's okay. You can be jealous. Be jealous all day and all night and all day again. I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm holding my head up high. You know, again, I walk in the light and I do not waver from that at all. So, if it takes sacrificing, that's fine. This is what I'm going to have to do. You know what I mean? I talked to God about the store, of course, and I said, if you want me to keep the store, because, I was looking at it like it was this beacon of light, in a place where it is very much needed. This place, this city especially, is dark. So it, I was fighting to be that kind of beacon of light, and people in the community were finding us, and it was like, oh my gosh, we finally got like-minded people, and like spiritual people, but not like religious nuts, and like, just people who are spiritual and enjoy alchemy and magic and things like that. And we were meeting these people and stuff, and yeah, and then I felt like, okay, this is what I was here for. This is why I got brought here. This is why I'm in this city, Largo, Florida. Of all places that I ended up, and I tried to keep it, guys. I fought as hard as I could. I sacrificed my car. That was a dumb move on my part. I should have kept my car. But I was, I had to choose rent or the car, and I was trying so hard to keep the store because my entire life savings, was in it. But, I had really, really worked hard to get where I was, really hard. I went through a lot of shit. Anyway, I'm salty. Yes, I'm salty. I'm not happy about it. But again, guys, I know that the divine creator is guiding me. He is putting me where I need to be. I don't know what my next mission is. I don't know what's going to happen after this. I'm trying to figure all of that stuff out. But God so far has literally provided exactly what I needed. It may not be luxurious, but it has been exactly what I needed when I needed it. Whatever that was. It could be anything, and it magically manifests for me. So, you know, um, I think I'm going to magically manifest, some people that maybe have my back. You know what I mean? That's hard to do because it's a really dirty world, but that's going to be my next kind of conquest there, is trying to look for, you know, people that are genuine. Because, that's the one thing that came out of this that I am eternally grateful for, and I will always be extremely grateful for, and that is Amy. She was a gift from God to me, and I appreciated her as such. I still appreciate her as such, but it's been, you know, she's been just such a pleasure to have in my presence, and she has seen me through so much. You know what I mean? Imagine all that stuff happening in like a year and a half, and this was her dream job. Yeah, I wanted her to have that, but whether it comes to me or directly from creator, she's gonna have her dream job. Like, I will work hard for her and for my kid. Yeah, that was her legacy. I'll rebuild it. I'll rebuild it better, and I'm going to be a hell of a lot smarter about who I let in my life, going forward. And this is why, you guys, when I say don't mess around with assholes, please don't. It's just not worth it. They will put you in this position, and I take full responsibility for being the idiot that allowed these people in my life. But you know, they all know what they did. They all know, and I'm not crying for any of you, by the way. Just an FYI, I'm just crying at the humanity of it all. You know, dirty, low down bullshit. And, you know, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. All right, guys. Well, anyway, I just wanted to say thanks to everybody that rooted for us. Thanks for everybody that supported us. Thank you for trying. I want you guys to know I fought hard. But if God's telling us to move, we got to move. And this actually sparked something really positive for Amy in her life. And so I'm very, very, very happy that that occurred, and it couldn't have occurred, or what, maybe it wouldn't have occurred, if this wasn't happening. So for her, I'm just, that's worth it. But for me and my daughter, I gotta figure that out. Um, but yeah, it's it's gonna work out. It's gonna be okay. It's just gonna get hairy for a while. It is hairy, it's already hairy, but um, I've just gotta get through this, and I will, and I'll be fine. I will come out of this on top. I love blowing people's minds. I really do. That's my favorite thing. People think that I'm some weak, little meek, pathetic, whatever, Jezebel, and that is not at all what I am. You know, I'm capable of things you wouldn't believe possible, and you know, I'm going to make it my mission to show everybody, what I'm capable of. This is not taking me down. These demons think they got me. They didn't get me. They didn't get me. Okay. This was my decision with God. If I wanted to fight for that store, trust me. If I wanted to keep the store, I could have kept the store. Okay. Not a problem. All right. It was the conditions under which I would have had to keep it. And I didn't want to do that. Okay. That's what it was. Okay. Pentacles. I'm just messing with these cards. But it's, I don't want these demons to think for a second that you guys won. I am not done. Oh my God, you haven't even seen anything yet. You have no idea what I'm working on over here. Like, I'm going to blow your minds. You have no idea. Just wait. Just wait. You're going to regret it, but you already do. I know that. Okay, guys, I love you. I'm sorry I didn't read the comments. Like I said, the stalker count's been really high lately. Just what I need. Anyway, I love you guys. Have a beautiful evening. Oh, you have my Oshun oil, Lisa. Thank you so much. That was a very special oil. I made it very special for Oshun. I love her. Yes, Charm Cocoa Magic. Thank you so much. Yeah, and I appreciate that. I've been looking into like alternate forms of selling stuff. Like, I may do some auctions on YouTube where I can ship product and stuff. I just kind of have to get my feet on the ground and get be set up in order to do that. But what I think I'm going to start doing is taking a certain number of phone readings every week. Something that I can manage and schedule ahead of time with people, and then that way I can't get behind because they're phone readings. So it's not like I have to sit down and film a video. I can set up my day to where that'll work, and then I still am working on catching up from behind. I wasn't going to offer any new services until I was fully caught up from the ones that I'm behind on still. But again, I just, you guys, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. Um, so, oh my gosh, hey, Felony, thank you so much, girl. Felony, I bought me and Amy Jersey Mike's today. Thank you so much again. You're such an angel. And I got Mexican food last night, girl. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I was so happy. It was like the first meal that I've eaten in a long time that wasn't like a granola bar. It was so good. Aw. Yeah, I will get it all set up. I know. I need like a minute to sit down and catch my breath. It's been a lot, because the store's been open. So we're running a store, trying to keep up with the online stuff, which again came crashing down in one fell swoop. I have no idea what happened. It's just, it's we're under attack, guys. This is attack. They want me to fold to their demands. They want me to come crawling and begging, for money, and I'm not doing that. They want to see me crash and burn, and that's the thing. They're willing to do anything, to see that, right? This is funny to them. And it's okay. Like I said, that's fine. If they need to operate in that, frequency, go for it. I really don't care what they do. It has no bearing on what I do. You know what I mean? I just need a little bit of a break from the, it's just attack after attack after attack. I mean, I have been hit hard. Like it's so hard. I don't know what they're doing, but man, it's crazy shit. I'm sending it right back though. Trust me, it's coming back big time on them. God may let them get away with this much, on me. But yeah, no, you're not gonna be able to get away with anything at all. Trust me. Oh yeah, as soon as I say that, Judgment Reverse pops out. Yeah. Oh, they're already getting karma. It's fine. Anyway, yeah, all you looking predators, people that are, you know, preying upon people out there. That's what blew me away, though. There was two things that kind of blew me away. The small business predators. You know what I mean? Like again, for another small business to be a predator, you expect that from like a big business or a landlord who was actually more compassionate, than anybody in this whole situation. Honestly, my landlord. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have to be out like ASAP. But he was so patient with me because he really loved the store. You know what I mean? Like he came in, and of course, I put a lot of money into improving his space, so now he can rent it out for a whole lot more than what he would have been able to charge before I did all that stuff. But yeah, I put like $50,000 in there. Um, but yeah, so anyway, he's got this beautiful space now. But when he first walked in, he was like, wow, like, oh my gosh, like he got it, like he saw it. He was like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. He's like, I have property in Orlando. I need you to come to Orlando and open one of these stores. I was like, I will. I'm like, let me just get this off the ground, and then yes, we'll go to Orlando next. That would be amazing. So I mean, he understood exactly what it was. Like he got the whole gist of it. It was meant to like, wow, like it's a beautiful space full of light. So he was very, because maybe because he liked me, I was kind to him too, of course, but he did, and also my lawyer like wrote his new lease for him. Pretty much I paid for that. So, so he had some compassion for me. But he let me go a little bit longer than I should have been allowed to go, honestly, with the store. So I'm grateful to them for that and for allowing them to give me time to try to raise the funds. I do appreciate that. And I'm so sorry. Like this was not at all like what I wanted. This is not at all what I was hoping would happen. I tried desperately, to save it, and I couldn't do it, guys. I just could not muster up the strength that I needed. But again, maybe it's God saying, time to take a little bit of a break, I don't know what that's going to look like, but yeah, Elisa, this is another, you're so correct about this. She says, Tina, light workers can't be available in public for the collective. It's too dangerous. Yes, this is so, so true. It's to the point. Okay, I don't want to say too much because things get twisted and used against me, and maybe trying to maybe think I'm crazy or whatever, but I have a lot of stalkers, like a lot, and I always talk about them like briefly, like little stalkers. I don't try to give them any attention at all, but it's a lot, and yeah, it is dangerous, But I mean, I think I would have still gotten those stalkers even if it was just like going to the grocery store because like, they get obsessed, like they have to touch you and stuff. It's so interesting. Like, yeah, it is dangerous. Yeah, I became available to take advantage. So yeah, online is best. Yes, I need that. And then for Amy and I both, we're both like super empaths. So we need like a firewall in between communications from the public and us. Like both of us had a very difficult time dealing with Etsy messages, and I think that's why it might be why my store is suspended. Honestly, because I stopped responding because the inbox was full of people that knew they could get a hold of me through the Etsy messages or whatever. And there was so much like just violence and drama and hate. And people were, oh my God, they'd buy something and within, one day they'd be, sending shipping requests. Where is it? Where is it? Like we're Amazon Prime. Like it was just it was a lot. I'm not saying we're not going to go back on Etsy. I need the income. So if my shop gets reinstated, I will be back on Etsy and I'll let you guys know for now until my website's finished, which is I'm hoping what will happen. But until then, I don't know. I can go to other venues to sell Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, stuff like that. And I am going to start taking readings again, phone readings, probably, 5 to 10 a week, as many as I can, schedule within a week. And, I'll go from there. I'll have to see what comes next too. It's like I should just go get a job. Like I could go bartend or something. My schedule's kind of crazy because of my custody schedule with my daughter. We're on a 2-2-3 schedule. So my work would need to be flexible with that one, because when I have her, as I have her, um, but also, I just can't see like going back into like a toxic work environment like that. Just the thought of it, just literally like just oh, it just crushes my soul. Like, and that's what these demons want. They want to crush your soul. You know what I mean? So like the thought of me having to go back in and work at some like toxic ass bar, or I even thought about working at the strip club as like a bartender just to make money. Obviously, I couldn't be a stripper, but I was like, shit, I can bartend. I can be like the house mom, whatever, because it was like I need money. It was when I was looking for an investor for the business. Still, I was like, where do I meet men with money? The strip club. And I didn't meet anyone with money there. So I think I was the richest person in there, to be honest. I don't know. Um, but yeah, it was an interesting evening. But anyway, yeah, so I don't even know how I got into this conversation. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But a job. I am, that's not off the table. I'm sad at the thought of having to go deal with demonic entities, but if that's what the Lord wants me to do, then that's what I'll be doing. Out of nowhere, people of the dark like to be next to light workers. They're hungry, girl. The entity is hungry. We have, really good supply. Like just your energy vibration is healing, to people, and it's addictive, So yeah, you're a very valuable commodity, and that's why you've got to hold yourself in high, high, high regard. Like I do that a lot. I don't hold myself in high enough regard. You know what I mean? Like I should demand more up front almost from people, but it just feels like the world has just gotten so complacent and so narcissistic, that it just like everything is shallow, everything is superficial, like if you were to walk in demanding things, from people, like I demand you be honest with me, like that's like a big no in today's, world. So I don't know. Kind of scary. Her story resonates with mine. Yeah, honey, first of all, please expect like my sympathy. I am so sorry that you also had to go through something similar to this. It's the collective, that we're on. I look at it like the TV. It's got a bunch of different channels, and you can be on like like we're on the same channel right now, which is why you found me, right, or why you're watching me right now. But you can jump channels depending on decisions that you make. So like if you make a decision tomorrow that ascends you, like you might jump to this channel here, and then I'll continue on this channel until I also make that decision to ascend. So or you can descend as well. That's also possible, depends on what decisions you make. But it's when we're on that same channel, it's like we're all going through the same thing at the same time, which is what makes the collective tarot readings possible, even though they've been a bit redundant lately. Oh, thank you so much, Body. God has blessed me with everything. You know what I mean? I mean, I have my daughter. She's healthy. I'm good. I have, again, I found Amy. Like, Amy came into my life. She's like a little sister to me, a little sister I never had. So, I mean, it's, a lot of good, has come out of this. And again, I know I, I, I have faith. I have full faith, we're never guaranteed an easy journey. Oh, Elisa, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here for 5 years. That's so awesome. So I'm assuming you're a Gemini as well. I want to just do like Gemini readings all the time. I'm so selfish with that. I just pick a random zodiac. I'm like, ooh, Gemini. Well, because I'm Gemini and I'm nosy. So anyway, but yeah, I always want to do Gemini. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. All right, I'm going to get off and close this one out. Thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for hearing me out. Thanks for listening to me ramble on. And Marcel, hello, dear. How are you? It's so good to see you. Hi, guys. Just want to let you know I'm doing okay. I'm not, doing well, but I don't know if I cut off or not, but I'm not doing, great, but I'm doing okay. I'm alive, which is what matters. Um, and it's going to be okay, guys. I'm not giving up. You know what I mean? Like, this is not the end of the road for me by any means. Like, these dumbasses think they're going to, shoot every shot and bring me down. Like, bitch, I don't stop. I don't stop, dumbass. Like, what do you think? Crazy. Aw, thanks, guys. Yeah, thank you. Oh my gosh. Gemini is under heavy financial attack right now. You know what's funny? I saw that in other readers' readings too. Like, it's true. Like, yeah, what the fuck, man? I had so many things happen like all at one time, and it was all like the worst timing too. It was like, yes, we're finally gonna get a little money and we can buy some groceries. And then it was like, bam, 18,000, overdraft fees in my bank account. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Sorry about my language, but it literally like everything just went haywire. We were living off of scraps and crumbs to the point where I had to take a taxi because I missed the last bus. I took a bus somewhere to look at a place to live. And I had to, I missed the bus by apparently like 30 seconds, I was super upset because I had like $20 to my name or something. And this taxi ride was expensive. It was like $45 or something. So anyway, I called a cab company because of course I can't take an Uber because I don't have enough money in my bank account, and have them pick me up or whatever. And I get back and I had to pay her with like I had a coin collection, that my dad gave me, like really rare like silver dollars and stuff. I had to pay her with that, and I still owe her, Miss JJ, if you're watching. I still owe you $20, girl, and I got you. Okay, I'll text you. Anyway, but no, she let me go with like, you know what I mean, like $20 short, and I'm paying with like silver dollars and stuff. But I mean, that's how broke. Yeah, we've been. And like I said, Amy has stuck with me through all of this shit. Imagine this person she did not have to do that. I told her a long time ago, and I kept telling her, I'm like, girl, if you need to quit, you quit and go, get yourself a paying job. You know what I mean? Like, please, this girl, when I say ride or die, this is what I'm talking about. This is the kind you don't get to find in life. She sat in there with no air conditioning for months, came into work, took the bus, okay? She couldn't get her Ubers anymore because I couldn't afford to pay her. I'm like giving her scraps, like as much as I can, as frequently as I can, but it was not anything near what, she was supposed to be paid or deserved, you know what I mean? But she's stuck by my side. Like, think about that. Amazing. She's being karmically rewarded right now too, which is awesome. It's exactly what should happen. Um, but yeah, I like meeting her was like a game changer. She restored my faith in humanity. Not to say that you guys, didn't give me faith. You do, of course. But I had somebody here, with me that had oh my God, girl, thank you so much. You did not have to do that. Thank you so much. Wow, thank you. Oh my gosh. That helps me so much, girl. You have no idea. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so, so much. Um, anyway, it's, you know, what was I saying? I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh my gosh. Felony, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Felony has been with me for years. I'm talking 2013, I think. I think I mentioned I started on another channel. I had like a cooking vlog channel that I did Dollar Tree videos on, and it got very popular. Well, it got like 25,000 subscribers, but it's so cheesy and corny. It's very embarrassing. But like my whole life was vlogged on there, and yeah, it's crazy. I don't go back and watch them, but yeah, I have a whole other channel. Anyway, she's been with me since that channel, and again, a telltale sign of an amazing person, right? She drove down here to the store, okay, just to come hang out and visit with me. You know what I mean? Because she knew I was going through it. You know what I mean? And it was a far drive, but no, she drove very far to come down here and hang out for the day. You know what I mean? And just to have somebody to talk to and just talk about things and hang out. Because she's amazing. And of course, she supported the store, bought a bunch of stuff, but she didn't have to do any of that. And but this is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of friend I've always been. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like it's crazy how shit hits the fan and the real. The true colors of the people in your 3D world really show through. It's like think about all the times you help people and stuff, and I don't know. Anyway, Nicole, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, like, really. And to everybody that didn't support me or tried to bring me down on purpose, screw you. I don't forgive you. I nothing you. I give you no energy at all. Okay, to my ex-family, none of whom set foot in my establishment. Not one of my ex-family members, not one family member came to see my store. Not one. You know, jealous. You know what I mean? When I say I did this shit alone with Amy, okay, if Amy wasn't around, I wouldn't have made it past the setup. Amy, yeah. So when I say I did this shit alone, though, I mean that. Like, I had no family money. Nope. I worked up. I did all my work and saved my freaking tarot reading money. You know what I mean? And then started the business off of that, and then saved that money and started the store. I mean, I worked for years to build this up. I'm rambling again. Just have a lot, processing right now. It's been a lot. Like, the anxiety has been crazy. I've never been this stressed out in my life before. But it's okay. Like I said, I'm learning new things about anxiety's effect on the body and stuff like that. It's been interesting. And yeah, um, yeah, that's kind of it. Yeah, I know it can only get better from here. It can only go up. I mean, honestly, I'm ready for whatever's next. I'm like I said, I have full faith in the divine creator. I know that I'm walking in the right direction, and I know I'm doing the right thing. So, and I know I've done everybody right. You know what I mean, along the way. I've not hurt anyone, not intentionally anyway. You know, unless they forced me to, and some people did force me to. But you know, I have faith that whatever's next is going to be awesome. I am working hard towards that. I'm just trying to be a steward of light here on this planet. Thank you so much, Elisa. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Exactly. And that's the thing. It's that's what made me kind of step back though and go like, golly, man. Like, I show up for everything. My dad's in the hospital. I'm right there in Augusta. My aunt is buying a new house. I'm throwing the housewarming party. The holidays. Yeah, I was hosting the holidays for years. But then when the aunt got the bigger house, it was like, oh, I'm gonna come to my fancy house on the water. She's so jealous, so jealous. Like when she came to that was the worst. That was the last time I saw her. Oh my god. She came to my condo. This was in 2020. My townhouse on the beach, and I lived on the water. Like, in the back, it was so beautiful. It had like a boat pier, and it overlooked this like harbor. It was really nice. Anyway, she was so jealous of the view that she had to like shut all the blinds and curtains like all the time. You know what I mean? She kept it pitch black inside the house. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I never shut my blinds. They were just always open because it's a water view. So it's not like you have people looking in, you know? So it's like, why are you, why are you shutting my blinds? And she's like, I don't want to see that. It's hurting my eyes, you know? And I'm like, but you live on the water. So like, what? You know? Anyway, but the real reason she was here was not to visit me and Emmy, like she had said. She was actually here, and this was a shocker. Okay, so I wake up and they're having a boat parade. Okay, like a big giant Trump parade. Okay, in the backyard, in the harbor, and I'm like, oh my god, there's literally like 100 boats out there, and they're all partying it up. You know, playing Leonard Skinner. You know, like the Confederate flag. I'm like, ah, and that's what my aunt came down for. It was to attend this event that I did not know was happening. Okay, I'm not in the group that gets the group chat on that one. So anyway, so yeah, she was here to attend that event, and and she did, and that's what the weekend looked like. And then she left, and that was it. But yeah, no, she never came to my store. None of them did. Never, but I was there for them. Like I really was. Like I said, I over the years, but I had to look back on it and go, well, they didn't come to my store, you know, but they never came to really anything, you know what I mean? And the things that they did come to, they would ruin, you know? She threw a complete fit at my engagement party, like horrible fit in front of everybody too. It was really embarrassing. But used jealousy again, you know? She couldn't stand not being the center of attention or whatever. But anyway, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, but it made me reevaluate those relationships. You know, like even though she had treated me like that all of those years, I still was chasing her, trying to get her to be a family. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, you're the only family member I have left. You know, like please, let's go do stuff. I would invite her to go to Disney with me and Emmy. I would offer to pay for the whole thing. You know what I mean? I was very generous. You know, I would constantly ask her to do stuff, and it was always no. You know, oh, I think we're busy that weekend, or I'll have to check with my husband. You know, and then she would never get back to me. It's like, okay, thank you guys so much. Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad I was able to help you, Walty. I really am. Thank you. And that's such a nice comment. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for helping me through a tough time in my life. I appreciate the karmic retribution. Thank you. Um, but yeah, anyway, what else was I going to say? Oh, yeah, she would always decline it, and I like every time we would go somewhere, like we went to Key West in December of 2019, which is when I think I might have had COVID. I never got tested for the antibodies, but I never got COVID. So something, I mean, I think everybody had it. Like, I don't know, I should get the antibody testing, but I think I might have had it from that trip. It was December of 19. And I remember getting back and being so, so, so sick. Like I had just hired my first employee and I was sitting there training her at the kitchen table. And I looked at her, I was like, I'm sorry, I have to go lay down. Like I was very sick. So I think I might have had it back then. But anyway, we go to Key West, right? And they're military. So we get to stay in this like military base and like the military housing, and it's really cheap for them, or cheap for military members. So we get down there. I flew in from here, from Tampa. My cousin flew in from Atlanta, and my other cousin flew in from Washington, D.C. So we're all flew in to be together at Christmas and go to Key West. So we get there, and the first night that we're out, we go out as a group, and my cousins are in their 20s, like their mid 20s. So we're all adults, and then I had Emmy with me as well. And so we had a little kid in a stroller, but in three grown women, okay? And then we had my aunt and uncle as well. So as soon as we get down there, they literally disappear, like take off, and they will not answer any texts or calls. They literally disappear. And they show up like 3 hours later, and she's like, I wanted to sit at the bar with my husband, but me and her daughters, meanwhile, are walking around like idiots, like where are they at? Like what's going on? What's happening? And she was so like insistent that like her and her husband were going to have a good vacation. You know what I mean? Like we're like, nobody's trying to stop you. Just say like, hey, we're gonna go sit at the bar for a little bit and have a drink, you know what I mean? And we probably would have just walked around and gone to stores and stuff, you know. But no, instead it has to be like, I'm gonna have a good time because like somebody's trying to stop her. No, nobody's competing with you, sis. That's going on up here. Anyway, so yeah, that she ruined that trip. She freaking yelled at me so bad too because again, I had my daughter with me. She was little. I think she was like 3 or 4, and she was sleeping, and the neighbors across the way were partying really loud on the balcony. So I just kind of yelled over when I went outside to smoke and said, "Hey guys, would you mind turning down the music just a touch?" I was like, "I have a sleeping kid upstairs, you know." And they were fine with it. They were like, "Yeah, no problem." And they turned it down. And I came back inside, and she's like, "Oh my God, you started fights with the neighbors." I'm like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "No, they're fine." I'm like, "There was no fight." But she's like, "Oh my God," like threatening to like throw me out in the middle of the night and stuff. I'm like, "What is this happening?" You know, it's just narcs have to ruin. Um, yes, I do have Cash App, Elisa. I do. It's all under the Lovers Conjure. I need to get a little uh, description for the video like written out so I can copy and paste it. Sorry, I'm so disorganized. But anyway, yeah, they have to ruin everything, every vacation, every special event, every holiday. But again, I spent years chasing, these people, trying to get them to love me. It's the same with my parents, they never really showed up for shit, again, a couple of times throughout the years, but I see them once every 3 years, maybe, you know, and so, and it, they live 6, 7 hour drive away. It's not like it's, a totally long distance. Um, I don't know. Again, I can't wrap my head around, what they think or what they're doing or how they're feeling. I don't care. All I know is that I saw their true colors. I saw who they really are. Yeah, dealing with them turning on me was a tough one because once I had that epiphany, that moment where it was like, whoa, my stepmom has been keeping my dad trapped. I'm like, so he can't see me and me, he can't travel, he can't do anything. I'm like, once I had that epiphany, I was like, everything changed, because I'm like, what? This is why, oh, okay. She works with the vulnerable. Crazy. But anyway, so once I had those epiphanies, I was just like, okay, wow, I really am like on my own. Like, it's like you think people have your back. It was the same with the best friend. I was very stupid to assume, that he would have my back. Like, but we were friends for 17 years. I didn't think anything of just putting complete trust in him, and I got really, really burned for that. You know what I mean? Like, that was a very bad idea. But God had shown me red flags before, and I ignored them all. And I was always the one that, he would go out and get drunk and start being a total dick. And I was always the one that would save him from getting arrested. I was always the one that would patch up every single fight and argument that he got into because he got into plenty. You know what I mean? I've seen the boy smacked, kicked, punched in the, nads, drinks thrown in his face, everything because he's a fucking smartass, and I saw all of this in our 20s, and I thought, why don't I go ahead and give that a shot? No. I thought he had matured. I thought he had grown. He pretended like he had matured and grown, but no, the person that I ended up with was even worse than that, jackass that kept getting in trouble or barely. He didn't get in trouble because he had me to protect him, you know? I thought we were cool, man. That's what it was like, I thought he had my back. Mm, You know, he had my back. No, sir. But anyway, I learned, now that you really have to be careful, especially when you're successful. When you have money or anything, really anything, people want it. I have that issue. Like, it's like, I was helping some homeless people and stuff, and it's the same thing. It's like I'm giving you things that I don't even have. You know what I mean? Like, I'm giving you food, water. I'm letting you use my stove. Whatever the case may be. But it's like then it becomes like habitual almost, or like, can I have that too? Can I have that too? Ooh, what about this? Can I have that? So it's like I don't know. I just don't have that same type of personality, so I don't. People are grabby, and money is it changes people. It changes the way people treat you, the way they perceive you, you know. Um, it's, yeah, it's an important, I don't know, thing to remember as well is like, the more successful you become, the more of a target you are, and people just, you would think, you may think that you're like me, you have no enemies, right? This is how I used to be anyway. I had no enemies, right? I had whatever, you know what I mean? Like I had, not everything in my life had worked out with every person, but there was nobody that I left on like, you know, flaming terms. Do you know what I mean? I don't do shady shit to people, even when I'm breaking up with them or they're breaking up with me. You know, I just usually tell them like it is and then go about my merry way. But you know, I always kind of looked back like I don't know, like I didn't want to reconcile, but it was just like I don't hate the person. I just it didn't work out. Sometimes it doesn't work out for whatever reason. Um, no hard feelings. Blah blah blah. But I don't even know where I was going with this whole conversation. I started to say something and now I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, again, I saw everybody's true colors. I am very well aware now of the stupidity of ignoring red flags, and warning signs. That's never a good idea. Should never do that. And make sure that who you're getting involved with as well, because that's there's a lot of shady people out there. Even people that you might be close to might be shady, secretly shady, and you have no idea. You know what I mean? It's really scary. So I learned a lot about that, a lot about trusting people, because I was very naive to a lot of people. um, but as soon as I figured out what was going on, I got out of it. But yeah, it's became a magnet for predators pretty much. Being out here, and I'll be glad to kind of get a break from that for a minute. Aw, well, I'm glad you're happy, Elisa. Thank you again for your kindness and support. Chris, you're funny. Oh, you'd be surprised. I get ghosted all the time. Um, I think there's this game that people like to play called cat and mouse, or like chasing, and I don't play it. So when they ghost and they want me to chase them, I block them and move on, and then it's always a big shock. But that's how people usually end up breaking up with me, is exactly that way. I think it's happened like 4 times now. Oh, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Okay, I do need to get off because I need to go get my kiddo, but I appreciate you guys, your support and your kindness, and just want to let you guys know I'm okay. I'm going to continue to do daily videos, as far as I can tell, Um, not that it's like a planned thing or anything, but I enjoy doing the collective reads, and it's just nice to have a touch point to you guys as well. And like I said, I'll keep you guys posted. Thank you everybody for your kindness and generosity tonight, for all the donations. I really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. I thank you so much. Have a beautiful evening, everybody, and I will talk to you very